Ring magazine delighted today to be joined with Moses Itauma as he takes on Dillian Whyte next week. First main event in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. And Moses, first things first, how's things? How are you, mate?
I'm all good. Thank you very much. Yourself?
All good, mate. All good as preparation, I guess, comes to a close. Not, I guess, necessarily asking how camp's been, but just focusing on. I know it's not a question that you want to answer, but I guess preparation for this one being a main event, a lot of sort of different layers to it. How have you found it? Has there been a difference for you?
The thing is, it's like no matter whether you're boxing Dillian Whyte, whether you're boxing Butterbean, it's still a fight, and it's just basically a test. It's just a harder test than usual. So preparation was exactly the same, just a little bit more intensity. It's like I prepared for Dillian Whyte just how I prepared for everybody else. Like, I'm not overlooking no one. So going into this fight with Dillian Whyte, if I'm preparing the same, I should get the same results, no?
Is there importance in not changing too much? There's a lot of people who have this sense of it could, not like the lights or everything, it could get to them, or they could be like, okay, I need to make drastic changes, but do what got you to the dance in a sense.
It's not like making drastic changes, because like my weekly schedule is still roughly the same. I still have my same 5 boxing sessions, my same 3 running sessions, same 3 S&C sessions. The structure's still the same. The difference is the tailoring of the sessions to the opponent. And that's what it is with Dillian Whyte. I've had the same camp that I did for Mike Balogun, that I did for Dempsey McKean, that I did for Marius Wack. It's just the fact that this one, I've got more things to focus on.
Okay. Would you say there's been, as the years have gone on for yourself as a pro now, over 2 years, has there been more maturity in a sense when it comes to your preparation? Like sort of not changing too much, but almost there is that difference in a way you train as the rounds get longer, the fights, there's a step up. Has there been more, I guess, mature in a sense in your terms of your preparation? Like, as you've matured more as a person?
So if you're maturing as a person, it kind of means you're more experienced, no?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, of course. Like, as time goes on, the more I do it, the better I get. I think that's with anything you do. So I feel like that's what Dillian Whyte kind of has on me, because he's been in. I remember seeing something on Instagram, where it's like I've boxed 25 rounds and he's boxed 280 something or 50 something. I was like, fair enough. That's one thing that he's probably got on me.
Yeah. And if you look at Dillian, he's been a staple of British boxing for years. And on the come up, I'm sure you've been watching many main events like the Parker fight, AJ fight. When you turned pro, when you was an amateur, do you ever think it come round to you be facing guys of that era in a sense, or this era?
Yeah, man. Like, I know that what my talent is. So obviously, me being 20-year-old, and being like so talented, I knew that the fights, the guys with my own age, just won't make sense. So I would have to fight the guys that are older, which means the generation before me. And that's what I have done in Wack, in Dempsey McKean, and now in Dillian Whyte. So I'm ready to put on the performance.
Is part of that, is there any way you look at where it is a bit mad? If you look at how young you would have been when AJ boxed Whyte, for example, if you remember that from back then.
10 years old.
Like, that's what I mean. Like, is there not that crazy fact, or do you not think of it like that in a sense?
What do you mean? Like,
do you not think of it like, I'm good enough to be at this level, regardless of however young I was when Dillian was at world level, or is at world level?
The thing is, it's not about how long you do something, it's how well you're doing it, how long you've been doing it well. And it's not about how many training sessions or how many fights you've had. It's about how many training sessions you had conscious and how many fights you've had conscious. Because you might have 2 guys that's been training the same amount of time, the exact same preparation, everything, but one might be significantly better than the others. Why is that? Because one's been training consciously. And I feel like that's what I've got. That's what I've got the upper hand in the competition, because I don't come to training and switch off. I come to training and switch on.
As we speak there, and as your pro career goes on, you made noises ever since the pro debut, and you would have been around top level heavyweights. Did you ever sense that difference of when people were looking at you from prospects and now they look at you as like a rival or a contender when you're at events and you're hanging around different heavyweights?
I mean, that's not got nothing to do with me. And see, like with boxing, it's like, although it's a business and it's although the fight game, it's also like fights need to happen. Yeah. So, like when you got other sports, yeah, like football or basketball, two teams have to play in order for a game to go on. And that's the same with boxing. Like you can't fight yourself. Like you need to have an opposition. And like when I'm calling these guys out that I want to fight them, it's not because I hate them. It's not because I want to, I don't know, do damage to them, whatever. It's just the fact that this is the nature of the game. This is the sport that we're in. Like fights need to happen. And all I want to do is fight the best if my team allows me. But
is there part of you that noticed that difference of the way people talk about you and treat you now? Like the way when your name gets brought up to rivals, they talk about you differently though, do you know what I mean?
Pay attention to none of that anyway, because like people only like that because I'm winning. If I was to suffer a loss against Dillian Whyte, I know that they'll be talking oppositely of me. They won't be talking as good. And I know the people that are saying, "Oh, I hope you're well, bro," and wish nothing for the best and whatnot, blah blah blah, or like, "Oh, you're smashing it." I know because I remember there was this one quote, yeah, that like everybody kept saying to me, yeah, because obviously I've been so eager to become something in boxing. Everyone kept saying to me like, "Oh, you better remember me when you make it," or you like, "Would you remember me if I don't make it?" And then they would often say, "Stay silent." So with when I hear all these praises and when I hear all these good things said about me, I know that if I was to suffer a defeat, they usually are going to talk negatively. So that's just the nature of the game. I'm doing well, so I get talked positively about. If I happen to lose, I get talked negatively about. So it doesn't matter what you say because I know it's going to change. The only thing that matters is what I think of myself, because I know if I go to sleep tonight, I'll wake up tomorrow morning and I still got to play the Moses Itauma role. I still got to be Moses Itauma. Whereas like you lot, your opinions won't need to change. Or your opinions will change.
Yeah.
So what am I supposed to change my opinion myself based on your opinions? No, man.
With that as well, how important is that having that strong team around you? You know, I look at you and, you know, you've always got your brothers around you, Jordan, for example, and a team that's always, Francis has always stayed the same. How important is that? Because from what you say there, people can switch on you like nothing, you know. All it takes is one, I think even your sense, all it would take would, you know, one bad round or one thing that would make you look human for people to sort of switch on you. So how important is it having that, those opinions that, you know, you would look to and trust to?
You know, like after the Dubois-Joshua fight, the Brazos and C coach came up to me and he said, "Speak it, believe it, receive it." Everybody in the whole arena thought that, everybody in the whole stadium thought that Anthony Joshua was going to win, but Anthony Joshua didn't think that himself. So, relating this back to the question, it doesn't really matter what anyone thinks, whether it is family, whether it is friends, whether it is the casual boxing fans. Although yes, of course, I do want my family to think good of me or whatnot. But at the end of the day, it's like I've got to play the Moses Itauma role. Like they're not, although they help me outside the ring, they're not in the ring like throwing the punches with me. So. It kind of all does matter is if Moses Itauma can carry on being Moses Itauma, if that makes sense.
Okay, yeah. You said it to the Zone, and you spoke about training with Ben Davison and almost bringing that love back again. I remember speaking to you before when we were done a podcast a few months ago, and you spoke about sort of in the early parts of your career, sort of boxing because you was good at it. Now you're in a position where you are in, you know, exciting fights, competitive fights, ones that people are interested in massively. Is this the fun part for yourself now?
No, man. I've been telling Ben I can't wait to just get to fight week because it's been a long training camp. It's not the fun bit. The fun bit's like outside the ring. But we was literally talking about it today. I was like, see, like with me, yeah, it's like I'm really like ever happy. It's like I'm either normal or I'm in pain. And then he said like, well, the thing is, it's like you don't realize you're having fun until the moment's gone. Like he's like, oh, when you're old and like you can't move or whatnot, he's gonna look back. You're gonna look back and on these type of days, you'll be like, oh, I miss them days. But when I'm training, I'm thinking, oh, I just can't wait to train and be over.
Yeah.
Like, I'm in pain, you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Watched your interview with Box Nation yesterday, and you spoke about, and Umar brought up about you got yourself going for the run after Usyk beat Dubois. I did want to touch on that with yourself. Like, how much do you feel like when you look at someone like Usyk and compare it to yourself? How much motivation do you get from someone like him, like a generational great?
It's not motivation. It's like, see, with boxing, it's one of them things where it's like you can't admit that another man is better than you. It's like you can't just say like, okay, cool, yeah, Ronaldo can play football better than you. It's like, I feel like with boxing, it comes with a bit of respect, your masculinity and X, Y, Z. So, like, I don't want like it to be like, yeah, that guy whooped my ass. Like he handed it to me. Like, I don't want anyone to like kind of say that. I wanna be like Floyd Mayweather, for example, where like he made a lot of money in this sport, came out of his brains intact, no damage or whatnot, and nobody can say that, yes, I fucked him up. Do you get what I mean? That's the career that I want.
Well, only thing people can say about Floyd is like they look at like the Maidana fight or the Mosey fight. Like,
oh, come on, man.
But that's what I'm saying. That's how good he was. Do you know what I mean? That's how good he was.
But that's the thing. It's like the thing is, people always gonna put a little bit of like people when people are insecure about themselves. Yeah, they put a little doubt, a little bit of pressure on someone else, hoping that they're gonna break because it makes them feel better. So with Floyd Mayweather, he was such a good fighter, such a good boxer.
Him by saying that,
50-0. People are insecure about that. People don't want to accept that reality, so they put a bit of doubt and a bit of pressure on Floyd Mayweather to get him to crack.
Yeah, of course.
Just so they can feel better. But I don't look it from that perspective. I look it from like, wow, like he's achieved a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like with like boxing, it's like I can't just like say like, for example, like Daniel Dubois, he must woke up the next morning. Like, I don't know if I was in his shoes. He must woke up the next morning and just like it felt like a fool. But he could probably like do a lot of damage to a lot of people talking shit on his name. So like, I don't ever want to be in that position. That's why I train so hard. I think like, I just don't really want to be embarrassed, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I respect that. And just on the topic of Usyk there, and you know, you spoke about...
You know, I wouldn't even mind like a 12-round fight, and then you lost on points.
Yeah.
That don't mean nothing, because boxing is all about opinions. It's like, how comes you got 3 judges and 2 judges might think one way and 1 judge might think the other way? That doesn't mean like it's just all opinions. Like you might go on BoxRec and you see a guy's record. That record is opinions. Do you get what I mean? But you don't feel like you need to satisfy those opinions. Exactly. Though. No, but that's like win, lose or draw. It's the fact that okay, cool. Like the display that Usyk showed against Daniel Dubois. It's like I don't want that to happen to me.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna train extra hard so it don't happen to me. Does that make sense?
Of course.
And plus, because I'm 20 years old, like I've got a lot of catching up to do.
When it comes to, I guess, motivation and look at like someone like Usyk, we know Turki Al-Sheikh spoke about wanting yourself to fight him. Is that something in your mind, you know, the prospect of fighting someone like Oleksandr Usyk?
The thing is, he said that while I've got a scheduled fight with Daniel Dubois, with Dillian Whyte. Yeah. So I'm not really thinking about it, and I'm like, oh, I wish that could happen, because right now I've got a serious contender like Dillian Whyte in front of me, so I'm not really thinking about that. But after, maybe.
Becoming a world champion, how many times does that go over your head or go in your head at all?
The thing is, it's not like the title itself that you want. It's the things that come with the title. So, like, becoming a world champion, again, it's opinions, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's added pressure, it's added responsibility, added expectations. But it's the fact that you're crowned to be the best in the world at that particular time, at that particular weight. It's just something satisfying, so amusing. So it's like, obviously, all the money that comes with it, obviously the respect and whatnot. So that's what kind of you really want. Yeah. Not really the title itself.
Mm-hmm. A final one for myself.
The title itself is just a belt, really, isn't it?
Yeah. A final one for myself, and it comes back to almost opinions in a sense, as we've spoken a lot about today. When you do take these steps up, and you're boxing at world level now, people always have these questions of what if when he gets taken to deep waters? Is there a part of you that finds that frustrating? Because I remember hearing Tom Aspinall talk about it in the UFC, and he said, I've been through the deep waters in the gym, and I'm sure the same is for yourself. You'd have been through that hard training, and you feel like you can swim there. So when people sort of question that with yourself, with almost sort of not having it your way, I guess, as a pro so far, is it part of that frustrating when you're being like, look, if I can show it for you, but I can very much be comfortable and swim there?
I think with me, I've proved to myself countless of times that I got that in me. It's just knowing when it's on fight night, can it come out? And I think everybody wants to ask that question. And it's these same questions that I get asked all the time. What's your chin like? I don't know. I don't get hit. So when you find out, I'll find out as well. So same as getting taken into deep waters. I haven't been took into the deep waters in a fight yet. I have in sparring. I've had in training, but I haven't on fight night. So we're gonna see what we're like. I can't answer these questions because I don't know what I'm like. I want to say that I'm gonna pass him with flying covers because I've proved to myself multiple times that I can do it. It's just the fact that, okay, cool, I'm getting asked these questions all the time, but I don't even know the answer to them myself. So I don't want to get my chin found out. Yeah. I don't want to know if I've got a good chin or not.
Okay, yeah, that's what I wanted, yeah.
Like I said, I was speaking to Riyadh, and I was saying to Riyadh, how do you get a chin like Golovkin? And then he just laughed. He said, bro, it's just best not to find out. Yeah. The best chins are the ones that don't get tested. Mm-hmm. So I feel like every heavyweight's got the ability to knock out any other heavyweight. It's just, hopefully I land before they land, innit?
Yeah, it's good stuff. Moses, appreciate taking time to speak to me.
Thank you very much.
Always good to catch up, and all the best in Saudi next week. Appreciate it. Cheers, mate. Thanks.